Hello, McVeigh Dragons. Welcome to Mr. Thornley's Music Class, Volume 10. This is for 3rd grade. Last week we talked about polyphonic texture and went over Brother John and made it into a round. I'm going to come back to that a little bit later. I want to do a review, kind of what we did the entire year a little bit, and then we'll end back with harmony at the end. So first of all, I want to talk about, we worked on beat in the fall, okay? And we put the beat into a meter, right? So steady beat and put it into a meter. So here's our steady beat. And we worked on the meter of 2, meter of 3, meter of 4. I'm not even talked about 6. We're going to concentrate just on 2, 3, and 4 now. We're going to pick up on 6 in the fall. So here's meter of 2. Remember, it's loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. Okay, like that. Meter of 3, loud, soft, soft, loud, soft, soft, loud, soft, soft. Okay, and meter of 4, which is loud, soft, medium, soft, loud, soft, medium, soft, loud, soft, medium, soft, loud, soft, medium, soft. Okay. All right, and then we also talked about rhythm patterns. Let's go over those briefly. We have pie, apple, gooseberry, huckleberry, apricot, strawberry, and pot pie pot. Which one's this one? Okay, hopefully you said gooseberry. How about this one? Hopefully you said huckleberry. How about this one? Hopefully you said strawberry. How about this one? All right, that was pot pie pot. How about this one? Apricot. How about, did I do them all? This one? It's our beat pattern, pie, right? And how about this one? It's pot, pie, pot. All right, so I think you should know our patterns. And also I put this on previous video, I believe. So keep practicing the rhythm patterns. Practice thinking about the meters. Try to pick out songs and identify the meter, okay? Songs that you listen to. The most common meter is 4. There's a good chance it's going to be in that, but there's other meters as well. Most marchers are in the meter of 2. Now, we then went and worked on melody and how melodies are made. We said that melodies are made out of notes that move by step, leap, or repeat. So that's that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay. That's our scale. And it's also, we talked about how melodies have notes, and then we have scales, and we cycle 7 different notes, and then we have the 8th note, which is an octave from the bottom note we started from. So there's your octave of there, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, low do to high do. So we're doing the one flight of stairs is an octave of stairs, right? Of steps. And that's also a scale. In this case, it's a C major scale. And out of that C major scale, okay, you build chords. And you also can use the notes of the scale to make melodies and to make what's called fills. Remember we worked on, You've Got a Friend in Me, and I talked about there were some fills in that song when I broke down how the song was made or what I was playing. So anyway, once you have listening for notes that move by step, leap, repeat, you want to create musical phrases. And we showed them going like this. So you take notes, you put them together, notes out of the scale, and you make a musical sentence like Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Phrase, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Phrase. So we create phrases. Once you have about 4 phrases, then you want to create a section, which is like a musical paragraph. Once you have your sections, Oh, you might have about, really common to have 4 phrases in a section. Sometimes you have more, sometimes you have less, but that's the most common number. And then once you have a couple of sections, you'll have a song. You can even have a song with one section. And then you put your sections in a certain order. Say you have 2 different sections. You have like A and B, A, B, A, B. It's A, B form. Or if you go A, B, A, A, B, A, A, B, A, A, B, A form. Talked about form. A couple volumes of my videos ago. So, and then we left and started working on harmony. That's where we ended up last time. We said a melody without any harmony is monophonic texture. So if I went, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, that's monophonic because there's no chords or ostinato pattern played along with the song, just a melody by itself. If I add chords, Old MacDonald with chords or an ostinato or both, then it's homophonic texture. Okay, and last week we worked on polyphonic, and there's 3 ways to make polyphonic texture. One is partner songs. Partner songs is when, say you wrote a song, and I wrote a song, and by chance we just happened to use the same chords, and the chords were changing at the same time. I could take your melody and my melody, put them together, and it'll create harmony. Okay? Just based off the chordal harmony and switching at the same time. I know they'll work. Called partner songs. Another way to make polyphonic texture is when you have melody counter melody. Melody counter melody is if I wrote 2, or you wrote 2 melodies for the same song. Okay? And then the other one is rounds. Okay. And we did that last week with Brother John. So I put down on the tape, first of all, I recorded and played my guitar at the same time with a video for you to start to use it for the round. But I showed you how the round was made because I put it on my smartphone. I kind of recorded the song with me playing guitar, and then I sang the second part of the round over top of it. Okay, and hopefully you could do the same thing. Because that was around. And had we had further time, we work on a song called Sweet Potatoes, and that has a counter melody written for it. So that would be fun too. But we kind of run out of time here. So just to know about polyphonic texture, we're going to talk more about it next year. I want to get to talk about other ways to make harmony too. So we know about chords, we know about ostinato patterns. If we sing a melody, it's homophonic texture. If we have 2 or more melodies in the same song at the same time, whether we make it through a round or if we have melody, counter melody, or partner songs, that's polyphony. But there are other things too, ways to make harmony. And you heard when I did the You Got a Friend in Me, I talked about fills, I talked about walking bass lines, and all those are ways to make nice harmony. I'm going to do a song, just a little bit of it, by the Beatles, called And I Love Her. It's a really pretty song on guitar. And it uses basically, the do, re, mi. That's in the key of C. Well, here's the key of G. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay? But it uses that scale. But it's really in the key of E minor. And E minor and G have the same notes in the scale. But instead of starting with a G, E minor, you start with E. Okay? But it's still the same notes. Because you're starting on a different note, it might sound a little different, but because you're starting on a different note, but it has the same notes included in the scale. All right? So I'm going to use that scale to make some nice little things in the song. All right? It's going to start off with a little bass line. Like this. Okay? And that's all off that scale I just showed you. And then I'm with an A minor chord here. Okay? If I play it like this, that's a block chord all at the same time. If I play it like this, it's called an arpeggio. I'm playing one note at a time. And my chorus people know about arpeggios. So I'm going to play a little bit, and then I'll really break it down for you. So it goes like this. Okay, so there's a lot of nice little things going on in there. One thing, there's a lot of arpeggios. Off an A minor chord, off an E minor chord, off a C chord. There's different chords in there, okay? So then I'm arpeggiating, okay, which makes it sound pretty just than that. But then I have started off with this little bass line to get me into the chord, and it also connects the chords. Okay, like that. And then I end up doing this little walking bass line going down, right off the scale. And also I have these notes that are part of the chord. Hold on one second. My guitar is getting ready to go to screensaver. I won't be able to see in my computer. It goes like this. So nice little run going down there, and then I start playing the melody with the chords. See, I did another little. I'm doing the arpeggio here, and I'm doing right off the scale bass run. Melody again. Oh, excuse me. Forward. And then I did this little. All right, it's called slurs. I'm not picking every note. I'm not picking every note. I'm going. But it's all off that scale. Back to the melody with the chords. Arpeggiated. And then I do this little bass run up. And to get me in a C chord with the melody notes in there in part of the chord. G chord. And then I just stop. Okay. I actually ended with A minor chord, but if you go through the entire song, it really ends with E minor. All right. Now, I put some fills in there. Those little bass lines, little runs, or like that. I could go like all right, that's all notes off that scale. Okay, so what I'm getting at is if you can learn to do chords, think about ostinato patterns for harmony, and then adding in like scale runs and walking bass lines, okay, and that kind of thing. You make a really simple melody if you include all these kind of things. A very interesting song to play, and it's up to you to how creative you want to be with it, okay. You have written arrangements that have things written already in, but you can also, what's called improvise. You can put it together yourself, okay? So with that, keep thinking about what we're doing. Go over the older videos. Keep going over these videos. Or be there. You can look them when you need to. And I want you to have a great summer. Be kind to your parents. Be helpful around the house. Be respectful. Practice social distancing. Your MIGVE best. So on that note, have a great summer. Bye-bye.